is a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Jeremy Lee in the building and every guest that you ever needed. Sports cards after hours keep the hobby heated. Updates, hobby talk like you never seen it. Sports cards live and none could ever beat it. Sports cards is a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Welcome to another episode of Sports Cards Live with your host, Jeremy Lee.
All right, everybody, welcome to the very first MC Mondays Live, the MC Showcase auction featuring items worth $5,000 plus only. Very cool auction, 43 items up on the block tonight. This is a new auction for MC Sports Cards. Let's help them ring in the new year, ring in the new bell with this new format they have going. Welcome to the show, everybody. Today is February the 19th, 2024. My name is Jeremy Lee, and let's get to it. Let's bring out my co-host. I like to call him the crystal ball, Mr. Michael Hathaway. Buddy, how are you? It's been a while.
Dude, I'm doing great, Jeremy. I'm super excited for this auction. Definitely ready for a great night of action here.
Well, let's just give a little bit of a lay of the land for everybody. So tonight's auction consists, as I mentioned, 43 items. Now, in the past, we've done about 25 episodes of MC Mondays Live. That was the $1,000 plus items. Now we're into the $5,000. What we have done and what MC Sports Cards has done is lengthen the time between each item. So if you've been watching this show now for, since back to June, July last year, you know that we're kind of rushing to get through each of them. I want to say a few things. Michael says a few things. We like to look up pops and all that. We were rushed. We are going to be able to have a nicer pace. There will still be lots of action, but we're going to be able tonight to take some time and really talk about these items, try to tell stories about them, educate, comp information, pop information, all that stuff. I'm excited about it. Michael, are you excited about the new format?
I'm really excited. Yeah, it's definitely very fun. There were two things that we heard. One was that obviously people who were watching the live stream were saying, oh, I found out about this card that I want to bid on, and now I'm scrambling to go, plug my bid on it on eBay. And then what we would also hear is just from, other bidders were saying, hey, I wanted to get my bids in on a couple things in the auction, but, I only had a minute in between items, and I just want to make sure that I had the comp right and everything. So we said, all right, as part of this, since we're doing a couple fewer items, it's two birds with one stone. Let's get some more space in between some of these items, especially as we get towards the end of the night and we have some of the bigger, very high tier items, and really allow one, the auction some extra time to breathe, two, viewers from live stream, consistent bidders who are bidding on multiple items throughout the night, that additional time to make sure that they're able to get in the bids that they want to. So we're really excited. And then obviously, selfishly, it gives us more time to talk about really cool cards. So I am all in favor of it.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm excited for it for sure. We've got some people that have joined us already. Again, we've done, we did 25, 26, 27, 28 episodes of MC Mondays Live. And it was so much fun doing those ones. What's important for everybody to know is that MC Mondays is still a thing every Monday, but we're just doing the live streams for the showcase auction, which I believe is scheduled to end the third Monday of each month. Can you just explain, Michael, when the showcase auction starts and ends, if I kind of mess that up at all?
Yeah, exactly. So it'll start on the second Friday of each month. I believe it'll be the second Friday of each month. And then, yes, it'll end on the third Monday of each month. So the idea is that MC Mondays, like you said, are still happening. The reality is that we still see a consistent stream of $1,000 plus items, and we will put them into MC Monday. But for the larger items, they'll usually go into the monthly showcase. Obviously, if somebody says, hey, I don't want to wait 2 weeks possibly for my item to go into the showcase, we'll offer in advance most of the time. But also, listen, at the end of the day, it's their cards. And if they say, hey, I really just want to prioritize speed on this, 100%, we're in.
Right on. Now, for anybody who is new, MC Sports Cards is a consignment company. They take your cards, they sell them for you on eBay. They market the cards. They work with Sports Cards Live and myself as part of the monthly showcase live stream. But you'll notice on the screen right below me, right down there, it says to consign. You can send an email to info@MC Sports Cards. So don't be afraid to do that. ask the question. See, just doesn't hurt to inquire. There are options out there, and MC Sports Cards is certainly one of them. Jacob Dahl is with us. What's going on, Jake? The professor is here as always. Zach Swisher loves my new setup. I gotta say, so do I, Zach, and thank you. I'm really starting to feel comfortable in my new digs here. Professor wishes everyone a happy President's Day in the U.S. and a Family Day in Canada. That is the holiday here where I am. Look at this. Zach Swisher, last week's MC Monday, picked up the mic in BGS 1010 from MC. So very cool. Zach goes on to say, no more MC Monday stream, just the showcase, similar to the premiere auction. I think you're referring to PWCC. Yeah, that's the plan right now. We're going to be doing just the showcase auction live stream. But I mean, if you guys bug MC, maybe they'll say, let's do more. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Robert Scott, good evening. Welcome to the show. The first auction tonight ends in 3 minutes, Michael. Should we bring it up? Because I'm looking at it as I kind of look over that way out of the corner of my eye. I'm looking at the card. It's such a beautiful card. Should we bring it up? Let's bring it up.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's jump in.
Let's bring it up, everybody. First item on the docket tonight ends in just under 3 minutes. The 1954 Red Heart Mickey Mantle. This card was issued with dog food, of all things. It's a PSA 8. I love the image of Mickey Mantle here on this card, Michael. It is such a classic looking. He looks so elegant. It's similar to the 52 Tops, the nice portrait with the bat over the shoulder. It's a much cheaper option. A few minutes ago, this card was sitting at $4,650. It's up to $5,255 right now. Michael, would you like to get into some of the details on this card?
Yeah, so I actually love this card. This is, in my opinion, one of the best Mantle cards out there in terms of, like you said, bang for your buck. It's a gorgeous image, and it's available for much cheaper than a 52 Mantle, obviously. But even when you look at really high grade Tops Mantles or Bowman Mantles, you talk about a 53 Tops, 54 Bowman Mantle. When you get into those higher grades, I mean, those prices get very aggressive. And I think that this is a really great way to get a gorgeous portrait image at a really reasonable price. Additionally, they are actually kind of on the scarcer side. So this is a Pop 229 and PSA 8 with only 42 higher. Obviously, given that they're distributing dog food, not exactly the most condition-friendly way to distribute a card. A lot of staining. But this is a really well laid out card, and Mantle doesn't have a 1954 Tops card due to a contractual dispute at the time. So that's why you see a lot of people love this 54 Red Heart. You'll see people collect the 54 Dandy Potato Chip Mantle because when the 54 Tops isn't there, it kind of gives you space in your PC, and it also makes you think a little bit outside the box. These food issues are always there. It's just now you have a reason to chase them and really want them. So I love this piece.
It is gorgeous, like you said. So we have a great question here from the professor. He always wondered, is the Red Heart dog food card a licensed card? And I went to the back of the card to see if I saw any licensing verbiage, and I don't see any on there to say that it is licensed by anybody. You do see the Yankees logo there. You see the words New York Yankees. Do you happen to know if this is licensed, Michael?
I honestly have really no clue. That's something that I've never really considered. Given, like you said, there's really not much on the card outside of just saying Yankees on it. It does have Major League stats as well, which you would think would mean that there's some degree of licensing.
Well, I guess we will leave that one open-ended. We don't know, but 9 seconds left on this card right now. Final opportunity to get a bid in. We're down to 2 seconds, 53, 55. It now jumps to 6,001, which is just a hair under the last comp. This one, we didn't really look at the condition. It is a beautiful card, slightly off center to the right. But Michael says, Mantle, the matinee idol. Tim Larson has joined us. Hello to you, Michael. Welcome to the show. And Zach Swisher says, always love to watch the Every Monday Sprint. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Okay, well, there we have it. The first showcase card is behind us. And let's go on to the next one. Minute and a half left on this, Michael. Jackie Robinson, 52 Tops, baseball, beautiful card, beautiful Mantle, beautiful Robinson. I apologize. seems to have a bit of a crease coming through it down here. Other than that, this thing is just gorgeous. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, this is really lovely. Like you said, listen, there's a crease there. No one's denying it. It's kind of hard to escape it. But when you look past that, decent centering for the grade, really bold color, registration's pretty solid. I think this is something where there are some collectors who are just fine with creases. There are some collectors who cannot look past a crease at all. And it's just about where you feel in that comfort range. In terms of where it's sitting right now, pretty decent. The last comp was a very, very clean PSA 2. That did 6,800. The VCP average is 6,100 for these. So honestly, given the crease, I'd say that this is actually doing pretty well already. I do think, though, we will crack that 6K mark.
Yeah, 26 seconds left. I just want to say that, like, that crease, luckily it is right on the edge of his cheek there. So it doesn't really, detract from the image of him too much. It does a little, of course, but what a great looking copy we have. And what I didn't realize, it's a Pop 147 with 920 higher, which makes it one of the finest, just over 1,000 copies. There's a bid to 63.75 on 40 bids. Great copy. I think because of that crease in the low grade, someone just snagged a really nice card. Congrats to them. That brings us to the next year Robinson, the 53 tops Jackie. It's a PSA 6.5. No creases that I can see on this one, Michael. The centering looks to be very nice. It's not perfect, but very nice centering. I always like to look at the black edge, and I must say that is a fine looking black edge, don't you think? Like, relative to what you often see a lot of issues down to the bottom right corner. Now, that's not a perfect bottom right corner, but it seems very strong to me for 6.5. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I thought same thing. What I usually look for on these is I'll look at centering first off, then I'll go down to that bottom right corner. Also look, sometimes PSA will aggressively go on the back, that top red border. If there's chipping and whitening on those, they'll go really hard on it. So sometimes you can get something for a pretty decent deal. But what I just love is the portraiture on this. I mean, this is one of the best looking sets Topps ever put out. And especially with this, you see that Brooklyn steel in the background. It kind of places him in situ, as it were, and really lovely. So it's a Pop 15 with 223 higher. So you're definitely getting towards that higher edge of the pop count of the pop curve. So really cool piece. Sitting a little low, but I think that we'll see some action here at the end. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous card.
And we should note it has the PWCC above average eye appeal sticker on the back right there. So it should get a bit of a premium for that. I also want to welcome anyone who's watching on Instagram. We are streaming to several platforms, including YouTube, and that's where we can see the copies. But I do see a Fireside left a comment there. Thank you very much for that. 8 seconds left on the 53 tops. Jackie Robinson, PSA 6.5. It just jumped to $5,225 in the final 3 seconds. That's going to do it. A wonderful, wonderful copy of the 53 Jackie, $5,225. Next item up on the block. Michael, this is a fancy looking card. It's a LeBron James rookie from Upper Deck SP Signature Edition. It's got an autograph. It's number 25 of only 25 copies. So a LeBron rookie out of 25 with an auto. That does not appear to be a sticker auto. That appears to be a legit on-card auto. I think I'm right about that. What would you like to tell us about this? I mean, look at the image of him, too. He looks younger than Bronny here. What do you want to tell us about this card?
Yeah, I mean, that picture says it all. I mean, he might even be 17 in that photo, I think, right? Depending on when it was taken. So 17 or 18, and I mean, it's crazy to think 20 years later, right? Just how far that career has come, and him as a face of the game has come. Really nice card, really clean, kind of 2-color gradient design, and it is an on-card auto, and a really bold on-card auto. Manufactured patches, it's cool. It looks good. These are pretty rare. As far as I could tell, it's been about 3 years since one has sold. So definitely looking like it's going to be a little bit of action here at the end. Not exactly the most iconic card that you think when you go, oh, LeBron SP rookie auto. But when it comes to these really rare pieces that people have been chasing for a long time.
Yeah. Well, it's up to $49.38 now. Contender says that the LeBron rookie auto is undervalued, and Orlando, a collector's dream, has joined us. Good evening, Orlando. you mentioned this being a manufactured patch. They could have just put the Cavaliers logo on there flat to the card and it would have been the same thing, but this is much nicer, I would surmise. Nice card. 6 seconds left. 4,930 up to 63.11, 78.79 now. 1 second to go. 8,079 comes through in the final seconds of the auction. There we go. Nice looking card, but let's move along. One of my favorites, Michael. I gave you a sneak peek earlier before we went live, everybody. We have not the 1933 Gaudy, but the 1934 Worldwide Gum Babe Ruth PSA 2. Michael, this card is rarer, much rarer, I believe, than the Gaudy copy. What can you tell us about it in terms of comparing it to its 33 Gaudy cousin, which for anyone who doesn't know, I pulled mine out for the show tonight. Here's my 33 Gaudy. And I was going to say, if anyone picks up this one tonight, we can be card bros on an early Ruth card that looks the exact same. I love it, Michael. Tell us a bit about it, please.
Yeah, so 34 Worldwide Gum is actually a Canadian issue. So your side of the border here licensed the same images that they used in 33 Gaudy. And these are far rarer. So for the first thing is that this is the only Ruth in the set, unlike Gaudy where there's 4 Ruths in the set. Worldwide Gum only has 1. And so even if you just compare image to image, so card 53 in the 33 Gaudy set, there's 973 Gaudy number 53, it's the yellow Ruth at PSA. There's only 72 of these at PSA. So you're talking about, more than 10 times as rare. It's extremely hard to find these out and about. They don't sell super often. So this is definitely a really big card in terms of collecting earlier, rarer Ruth.
It is a PSA 2. Take note, it does have a bit of staining. It's got some surface issues, but you can see him nice and clear. A little bit of a surface issue right there along the hand. $7,500 comes in with 2 seconds left. 50 bids. That's going to do it. A beautiful card and a rare one at that as well. All right, guys, quick hello to Tim Larson. What's going on, Tim? Tom Newman says, put up the snipers. We will, Tom. We will. Dylan Randucci is just north of me in Leduc, Alberta today. What's going on? And Michael says, wow, that LeBron was popping, and it certainly did pop towards the end. But now we have a Tua Tagovailoa BGS 9 National Treasures RPA, numbered 97 of 99. Michael, it grades out a BGS 9. The auto is right there. Auto's looking strong. I seem to see, that's just a seam going through there. I thought that might have been a mark from the game or something. We're at $7,600, a minute 13 left, $7,600. Tua BGS 9. Michael, comp-wise, pop-wise, please fill us in.
Yeah, so comp, last one did 10.8, but that was in October. And then a PSA 9 did 9.6 in January. So both before the Dolphins were out of the playoffs. So you expect a little bit of a dip here, but hopefully nothing too bad. Pop 20, 19 higher. Honestly, a really solid copy here. Auto's clean and consistent. Sometimes he lifts a little bit. And 3-color patch, but huge block of stitching, a lot of mesh. And like you said, there's a seam in it. So it almost has this kind of like 3D tinted look to it, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, really nice card. I'd like to see it crack 8K. I think it can definitely get there. 9K, I think, is where an optimistic guess would be. If somebody's a real diehard Tua fan, diehard Dolphins fan, obviously, this is the card.
Well, we do have some past comp info. We had one do 10.8 in a BGS 9 in October, 9.6K for PSA 9 in January. And look at that. We just blast past and hit 92.11 in the final moments. There we have it. Tua sells for $9,200, $11. Very nice card. Michael here says, so Worldwide Gum is to Gaudy what O-Pee-Chee is to Topps. It was for, I think, like the couple years that they made Worldwide Gum back in the 30s. And what is up, T-Dot Jones? Up from joining us from Edmonton, Alberta. Good to see a T-Dot. All right, Michael. Ken Griffey Jr., PSA 10. This is the 1998 SPX Finite Home Run Hysteria. Now, Michael, It's a pop 3, only 62 copies produced. There's the serial number right there. You know, I like Ken Griffey Jr. cards. I've never heard or seen of this one before, probably because it is so rare. What do you know about this card and the demand it commands in the market?
Yeah, so this is, I mean, you're talking about really truly scarce here. Pretty fun subset though. So this is put into finite. All of the subjects in the checklist are all like big, heavy hitters, you know, power hitters, sluggers. Obviously, it's numbered to 62 because this was in the midst of the great home run race. And so everybody's chasing 62 home runs to break Roger Maris's record. And yeah, that's why it's got the 62 numbering and why the checklist is a little bit more selective than you might necessarily think. These are pretty rare. They don't pop up often, not just the Griffies, but none of them pop up that often. The McGuire is definitely one of the biggest ones as well. Pop 3, last one did 6,300. I mean, Griffey insert chasers go crazy, so who knows where this is going to go, but I think we'll get to like 5,250.
Low pop. Here we are, $4,600. Final up. There's 4,650. 3 seconds to go. Still at 4,650. Are we going to cross the 5? It looks like we're going to settle in at $4,650. What a card. Very cool piece. I'm glad to learn about it here tonight. That's going to bring us to the next item up for bid on MC Mondays Monday Showcase. Kobe Bryant. This is the 1996 Flair Showcase Legacy Collection, row 2. It's a rookie card. It's numbered 38 out of only 150 copies. It is slabbed authentic by PSA. Let's take a look at the back of it. There's the serial number right there, 38 of 150. That's a small number for back in the mid 90s. Beautiful card, Michael. Can you speak to the authentic nature of the PSA slab?
I'm going to be honest. I looked it over a couple times. I didn't see if there was a nasty crease or a gash. I looked for one. I didn't see one. There might be some that I missed from a different angle. My guess when it comes to when I see an authentic and I can't see anything obviously seriously wrong with it, I assume that somebody sent it in with a very nice high min grade or authentic grading order. And so as a result, they wanted to get a 9, 10 or bust, and they got an authentic instead. Obviously, caveat emptor, buyer beware, you know, take a look. We've got good videos, good pictures, but could be interesting. So yeah, I mean, just a gorgeous card. Like you said, these things are really stunning. And when you get them under the light, just the richness of that color is awesome. And obviously, given the fact that it's a rookie as well, really kind of pushes up the value and importance of the card.
Yeah, looks really nice to me. I get frustrated with these authentic slabs because not because somebody submitted it with that in that service level, but because PSA doesn't give you any information about it. And I find that frustrating. We're down to 5 seconds here, everybody. 32.65, 3,800 now. 1 second to go. $3,800 on 58 bids is going to do it on the Kobe Flair Showcase Legacy Collection row 2. It's going to bring us to a Tim Duncan Topps Chrome Refractor rookie card PSA 10. Michael, we're at $4,633, 55 bids already. We have a minute and 35 seconds left to go in this auction. This is a pop 107, Michael. And that's a pretty small number for what might be what I'll refer to as his mainstream rookie card. You know, he's got the non-refractor version, which kind of a dime a dozen, probably sells for $150. Now you got the rarer refractor. Again, only 107 copies in PSA 10 holders. That makes it pretty enticing, I would think, for people who are all over that. What can you tell us a bit maybe about the color, about the comps?
Yeah, so in terms of comps, you're kind of looking around the low to mid 5s based on, like you said, the color. Obviously, greening is an issue with these. This one is pretty strong. There's a little bit of greening there, but nothing I think that's overly distracting. Like, I wouldn't say that it's a hulked card by any means. And like you said, this is a pretty hot card. I mean, Tim Duncan, obviously one of the greatest players of his generation, NBA top 75, Hall of Famer. Plus, it's a really popular set to collect in PSA 10. This is a really great set with a lot of great photography. some key rookies, and obviously just encapsulates that great 90s era. I expect that we'll hit probably 5 to 5250 on this. Just a gorgeous card, and one that, I mean, the color depth on that refractor is awesome.
So last comp, I believe, is 5520. There's a bid to 5100. 7 seconds to go. Now 5 seconds to go. 57 bids. 5100. 5400 with a second left. 5400. That's going to do it. And that is right basically on last comp. Congratulations to the winner. Only 107 people can own that card in that PSA 10 holder. Want to say hello to Daniel A. What's going on? T-Dot says, Michael, I like your card knowledge. Very nice, T-Dot. Chad has joined. What's up, Chad? Good to see you, pal. And Tom Newman wants to know if I saw that 2012 Gretzky credentials on PWCC. I did, and I'll be watching with interest. Michael, here's a really awesome card. The Flair Brilliance. These are out of 24. Amazingly rare. Amazingly important. Super popular. 1998-99 Flair Brilliance Reggie Miller. It's a BGS 8.5. It's the 24 karat gold insert. Again, numbered 5 of 24 in this case. These things are shiny as can be. They are gorgeous. They have gained a ton of popularity, I've noticed, Michael, in the last half a year, let's say. And they, as they should. They're beautiful, and they're 24. That's like nothing. Tell us what you know about this card, please.
So this card is one that will blow your mind when you hear what it sold for the last time it sold for. The last time that this card sold publicly was in 2004 for $62 raw. I mean, just to have a time machine, right? So these, obviously they trade hands privately, but in terms of public sale, it's been ages. And like you said, I mean, they're numbered to 24. They're extremely scarce. And when people get them, they block them up because this set is awesome to build. They're so absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you're talking about one of the best players in the set, Hall of Famer, absolute legend. This is so cool. And we have no clue what it's going to do, because how do you extrapolate from $62?
Right. Well, we're now 100 times that at 6201, 7101, 3 seconds to go, 7101, 73, 77 on the 59th bid comes through. Reggie Miller. That might be like, you know, these are like rarer than PMG Reds, but not quite as rare as the greens. These might be their like second best cards in existence for some of these players. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I say that not 100%, but what a card. All right, guys, 2018 Donruss Optic rated rookie premium set auto, only 10 copies. Luka Doncic BGS 9.5. This is a true gem plus with edges coming in at a 10. The auto is also a 10, $4,461 as we sit right now. Michael, look at him right there. He looks just like a happy kid about to dunk that ball. Beautiful card. Fill us in. We like your knowledge here. The chat likes your knowledge. Keep on flexing.
Yeah, so just extremely scarce card. Numbered out of 10. Last sale was in 2019, right? I mean, you're talking about a card that if you're trying to build out a rainbow, and if there's any guy that you kind of want to build a rainbow for on those key sets, 2018-19 Prism or 2018-19 Optic, it's got to be Luka, right? Face of the product, face of the hobby for a few years. Just super rare, and honestly a really gorgeous optical effect, like that scope, choice prism, whatever they call it, PMG championship. It's always so fun. So just a really cool card. I assume this is going to get locked up by somebody who's doing the 20-year task of trying to build out the rainbow. So we'll see what it does.
Pop 4, one higher, as you may have mentioned on this Luka right here. Very scarce card. Already passed the last comps from December 2019. So quite some time ago, pre-COVID, pre-pandemic. 4 seconds left, 4,461. There's 4,761. And that's going to do it on the 39th bid, $4,761. Oh, the Kobe Bryant 97 Skybox Z-Force Big Men on Court. I believe this is the second year they did Big Men on Court, right? The other year was was it 96 or 96. That was the very colorful die cut card. This is a little bit more classy looking if you are asking for my opinion, which I know most of you are not, but that would be my thought. This is a classy looking card, and it's a BGS 10. It's a BGS 10. Corners are 9.5. Everything else is coming through as a 10. Michael, really nice card. As we said, it's a pop 7. Anything you'd like to mention about this one? We're sitting at 3,588 right now.
Yeah, it has a really cool kind of like almost lenticular effect. Do you have a Shaq version of this? Because I know you have a lot of the big 90s inserts in Shaq.
I don't have this Shaq. No, I don't.
It's kind of odd because it's not a full on like a Flair hot numbers lenticular where the image actually shifts, but it has this kind of like almost like your eyes are buzzing a little bit. So it's kind of cool. It's definitely a unique look to it. But it also means that it's got a little bit more of a sensitive surface than normal. So getting high grades on these, right? I mean, even a PSA 10 is pretty tough. So, I mean, a BGS 10 is absolutely massive given the fact that in addition to the tough surface, you've got full color design front and back. So in terms of insert chasing, I'd say that Kobe is really second to Jordan when it comes to 90s collectors. And yeah, just a massive card if you're trying to really build out as high grade as possible for as many of those key inserts.
I'd have to agree with that. 17 seconds left. We're still at 3,588 for the BGS 10 big man on court. Kobe Bryant. Last comp, Michael, PSA 10 in May of last year did, looks like 27.75. This is a BGS 10 pristine, so no surprise that it sells for more, and it sits at the final price of $3,588. Another Kobe rookie, Michael. This is the EX 2000 credentials. So this kind of is what predates the essential credentials. They did it credentials. Then they said, oh, let's make these credentials essential. So this is kind of, the origin, but these are just amazing cards themselves. It's a BGS 8 Kobe Bryant. It's numbered 431 of 499. And one thing I want to point out is that if this card, it's on a bit of a dark background here on the MC, leather, fancy leather, they don't treat your cards with anything but the utmost of respect and class. If this was a light background, you would see some nice colors. That's acetate in the middle there, right, Michael? So it's a die cut Kobe, acetate in that window. Beautiful, beautiful card. One of the most popular rookie cards. 50 bids on this one right now. $8,900, Michael. Tell us a bit about this one, please.
Yeah, so if you go to that fourth picture, we scan it on a white background so you can see the clouds.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Best of both worlds. So yeah, this is really cool. Pop 47, 72 higher. These do about this, right? About 8 to 9K based on the appeal and the subgrades. Very tough set to get in high grade. A lot of them are actually cut with a slant cut or cut short, surface issues. So very hard to get. Each half grade is really going to bring a pretty considerable premium. This is probably, I would say, like the biggest jump that people make when it comes to like collecting higher end Kobe rookies. This is kind of the demarcation point where it's like, all right, I'm going in the deep end now. And people ask about it all the time. It's always a very hot in demand card.
Yeah. 12 seconds left. $8,900. The Merchant of Cool says, beautiful card. Love the framing. Tom Newman loves it. Merchant says they don't make them like they used to. They sure don't. Final second, 8,900. Looks like we're going to settle in right there at a final price of 8,900 on 50 bids. Michael, I think that's a third auction tonight that has ended with a round number of 50 bids, which is just kind of funny. All right, guys, the 86 Flair Michael Jordan rookie card, BGS 8.5, but we have some crazy subs going on here, guys. Corners are 9, edges are 9.5. Those are the two subgrades that, with these colored borders are really tough to achieve. Centering's an 8.5 and surface is an 8.5. I'm surprised they didn't bump this up to a 9, considering you've got a 9.5, a 9, and 2 8.5s, but that's the way their algorithm works over at Beckett, I suppose. Very nice copy. 1 minute 16 left. $6,000 as we sit right now. 15 bids. And I mean, MC Sports Cards, you guys are no strangers to the 86 Flair Michael Jordan. You sell your fair share of them. We've probably had one in every MC Mondays show that we've done, Michael. What can you tell us about this particular copy?
Yeah, we see quite a bit. Obviously, Mike and Moody have seen far more than I have, and Mike he's forgotten about more 86 Flairs than I've ever seen in my life, right? This is a really strong copy. This is a great copy. Like you said, the subs are really strong. I think this is a copy where somebody could be tempted to buy it, crack it, sub it, get a PSA 9, or cross it. It's really strong. Like you said, I mean, with colored borders, you're looking for chipping, you're looking for edge wear, you're looking for corners, and this passes with flying colors. VCP average on BGS 8.5 is 6,100. In my opinion, we should go past that because this is better than your average BGS 8.5. This is really gorgeous. And, it's decently centered too.
From a subgrade perspective, I mean, you're bang on there. We've got 5 seconds left, everybody. We're still at $6,100. Now we're at $6,200. Final second, 17 bids, $6,200 is going to buy this one tonight. All right, here we have a hockey card. Connor McDavid's Upper Deck Premier Rookie Patch Auto rookie card out of 199 on-card auto. That is an on-card auto right there. We have a nice one-color patch with stitching. And if you're going to have a one-color patch, it may as well be orange. I got to tell you that. Numbered 61 out of 100, $3,576 as we sit right now. We got a minute and a half left on this one. Here's the back of the card. The auto grades out at 10 by Beckett as well. Subgrade-wise, 9.5 centering, 9.5 surface, similar to the last card, similar to the Jordan. 8.5 edges, 8 on corners. Now, the one thing about these Premier cards is that the corners are slightly rounded. Can you guys see what I'm talking right there? Look at that, right above my cursor, slightly rounded. I love that about these cards, Michael. It gives them just a smooth look and feel. So that is not what's causing the corners to be an 8. That is how they are produced. I love that look. Connor McDavid is, the Oilers had a 17-game win streak. He is he will eventually, by the end of the season, claim the scoring leader for the NHL this season. That is my guess. Michael, any comments from you on this card?
I mean, like you said, you're talking about one of the greats. You're talking about somebody who year in, year out performs at an extremely high level, and it's a really clean auto. I mean, you've seen so many of his rookie autos, lifting, streaking can sometimes be an issue, and a really nice application in auto here. So it's a one-color patch. Might dampen a little bit, but I think we cross 5K.
It's a one-color patch. There's positives to that as well here. Final 7 seconds now, $4,551. 6,100 now comes through. Final second, 61. That's going to do it. 68 comes in the final moments. $6,868.97 for his jersey number. All right. Nice action on that one. And here is the second Connor McDavid rookie year card. This is from Upper Deck the Cup, the top brand in the hobby for hockey cards. This is the scripted swatches. This is numbered out of 35. That is a nice 3-color patch with stitching. There's the autograph right on the orange right there. The serial number is right there at 14 of 35. It grades out a BGS 9. And again, strong subs, 295s for centering and surface. Edges are a 9. Corners are an 8.5. The auto grades a 10. And that's impressive for an autograph on the patch itself. We're sitting at 4,151. Just over a minute left. Michael, another nice Connor McDavid. The last card was the Premier RPA. This isn't technically a rookie card. This is like an insert, the scripted swatches, but it's from a more prominent set, being the Cup. It's a really cool card. Action shot, rookie year Cup. What more can you say? Well, let's hear what Michael has to say.
Yeah, I far prefer this to the Premier. Now that the Premier is sold, I could say I far prefer this one. Great action shot. I mean, a great 3-color patch. The stitching block going through the entire patch window. I love it. I think that's really so much better than just seeing a bit of blue. Really nice. There's only one BGS 9.5, so this is a pop 15 with one higher. So unless that BGS 9.5 comes up, this is about as good as it gets, right? So really nice card. And I mean, hey, it's out of the Cup, right? Getting that out of 99, that's going to be a years long saving journey. So get this, tag yourself over.
7 seconds, 4,151. Now 4,292, 3 seconds to go. 4,292, 4,401. Final call, $4,401 is going to do it on the scripted swatch McDavid rookie year card. All right, you guys feast your eyes on this beautiful 71 Topps Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, known as Lou Alcindor at the time. Michael, let's just do a few comments here. T-Dot likes the new background I have. Thank you so much, T-Dot. I do appreciate that very much. Very, very much. Contender says, what year is Jordan's actual rookie year? Well, 84, and he has a star card from that year. He wants to know, does anyone know if MJ owns a copy of the 86 Flair? I'm going to guess he probably does, but I don't know for sure. The Merchant of Cool liked the scripted swatches, McDavid, more than the premiere. That's very fair. 7 Levels says, too many commercials before the show starts. See you later. 7 Levels, I'm just glad you joined us for even a short while. Nice. Thank you for visiting. We appreciate it. Chad Beleni, it seems McDavid cards are getting the Bedard bump. They could be. Michael, I love this 71 Topps Lou Alcindor. It's the early 70s. This is what cards looked like back then. A PSA 9, a huge set registry card for people doing the Lou Alcindor Kareem run. Gorgeous copy. I mean, look at the color. The registration it's almost bang on, slightly off, but very, very nice. I didn't see that until I zoomed in. Strong copy. Look at that orange. It's just popping right there. Your thoughts on this one?
I mean, I love this. Like you said, this is 70s design. I mean, this is the Grateful Dead record cover of trading cards. It's so cool. Retro feel is great. Pop 30 with only 5 higher PSA 10s. Just an absolutely key card if you're trying to build out, like you said, that registry. And just a really great look. Just such a fun card to have in the case.
4,200, 3 seconds to go. 43.76, 2 seconds to go. 44.45. That's going to do it. 46.51 actually comes in just under the wire. Gorgeous card. Congrats to the owner. And look at this fancy card. In flight, Kobe Bryant, 2019 Panini Select tie-dye prism auto, numbered out of 25. He is literally, look at that, guys. He is flying through the air. This might be the coolest image I've ever seen of Kobe on a card. Look at how high the bottom of his shoes are. Like he's still on the rise. He's about to just slam that through the rim. And the colors on this card sort of remind me a little bit of the color match. The color, what are they called? The Color Blast. A slight reminder of that. Nice area left for the auto, on-card auto. Big tail on that one. Michael, tell us about this beautiful PSA 910 auto, Kobe.
Yeah, so like you said, I mean, the color is awesome. Tie-dye prisms, they're designs that do better with them, and this is definitely one of them. I mean, the tie-dye just shines. It's awesome. Really bold on-card auto. And this is one of the last pack-pulled Kobe on-card autos that he ever had. So definitely in terms of if you're building out only Kobe on-card autos, this is really the last product that you're going to be able to chase down. As a result, you know, people do chase down the lower number of parallels of this. And yeah, the numbers don't lie. The last sale of this was actually in March of 2022 for $14K. So Kobe's market has definitely come down a pretty considerable amount since then. But frankly, this feels like a pretty good number given how that market has shifted. And I think we might see some action here at the end.
12 seconds to go. It is a beautiful, beautiful card. Look at that. Sniper on the scene. 70-37, 2 seconds left. 10,100. Sniper pulls the trigger and says, thank you very much. Everybody else go home. That card is mine. Quick comment here. We had the merges that does the auto being skewed left knock the eye appeal for anyone else? He needed room for the tail here, I think. That's the beautiful thing is that's how Kobe signed it. So I'm okay with it, but I do see what you're talking about. Zach Swisher, yes, 10K. That's right, Tom Newman. Very, very exciting. Talon Sports Media has joined us. What's going on, Talon? Good to see you, buddy. All right, Michael. Next up, one of my favorite cards, LeBron James, 2003-4 Flair EX Essential Credentials. This is credentials that is essential. Okay, only 102 copies produced. This is the now version. There's a future version, but it's numbered out of 1. This is the now version. 102 copies. This is 76 of 102. And you know, I showed you earlier. I showed you my Babe Ruth Gouty, guys. I'm going to show you. If you want to buy this, if you buy this card tonight, we will be card bros. I own a copy myself. Proud owner of this card. There it is right there. Mine is a BGS 9, so a stronger copy, but heck, owning any of these 102 copies is a big deal. So, hey, if you win this tonight, please let me know. Michael, why don't you tell us about this card? tell us some things I haven't talked about.
Yeah, I mean, really cool. Like you said, it kind of continues on that really strong brand of credentials and essential credentials. I'm right there with Tom. I would love to see that 101 hit the block, or even just see it the national one year. Really cool. I love the light blue background against that deep red Cavs jersey. Just think it's a really nice kind of aesthetic level. Last one sold, I think, was like $14K for PSA 8. So we should see under that.
Sniper's back, 5,600, 7,150. That's going to do it. 7,150 says the Sniper on the VGS 7 Essential Credentials. Now, LeBron James rookie card. If you want it, and if the winner is in the audience, please send me a DM on Instagram, and we are now card bros. All right, and only 102 of us can be bros on that card. All right, guys. Probably, I've said not my all-time favorite. I'm going to go top 5 all-time favorite vintage sports card of all sports is this one right here, the 53 Topps Willie Mays. There is something about this image of him, this painting of him transferred to the card that I just love. I love the detail in the face. I love how he's hunched over. He's got the ball in the glove, the grass in the background, the blue sky with clouds, the trees. I just think this is a gorgeous, gorgeous portrayal of Willie Mays. And it's his third-year card. It's his second Topps card, Michael. It's a PSA 6. Let's take a look at the black border. Yeah, beautiful black border. Again, you're not going to see perfect edges because it is so black. You got a little bit of white showing in the bottom right, but that is extremely strong. I mean, that could be reminiscent of an 8 with those edges down there. But other things are keeping it from being an 8. It is a 6, but this is an amazing card, Michael. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I love this card. So it's short print and set, a little bit harder to find. Like you said, it is his third-year card, but it's gorgeous. It's pop 197, 213 higher. And I just love the image. One of the little things I love, he's not on the Polo Grounds. He's in a minor leagues backfield. Just shows the grind, the spring training routine. Something about it just kind of adds to that artist feel. And it's awesome. And this is a really strong copy with great color. So we'll see where it goes.
$6,766 right now. 4 seconds left. Final call, $7,095, $78.77 comes in under the wire. $7,877 on the beautiful, beautiful Willie Mays card. Good evening to Joe Perot, fresh out of the Burbank show. Tom Newman says, just need to get you collecting football cards, Jeremy. I got a few, Tom. I got a few football cards. Todd McDonald, what's going on? And the Merchant of Cool wants to know, do I like the jersey LeBron has on the card? Yeah, I have no issue with the jersey. It's a Cleveland jersey. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Daniel A says, stunning Mays card. But next up, guys, and you can maybe see it right above my shoulder right there. There's an original painting of the card on your screen, the 57 Topps Bill Russell in an SGC 4.5 VGX Plus holder. I mean, obviously it is off-centered, high and to the right, Michael. Michael, these cards are notoriously off-centered. Finding a centered card is extremely difficult. This looks beautiful to me outside of the centering. Let's have a look. Yeah. Edges and corners are stunning. Registration is very strong, not perfect, but very strong. The color is really good. I see one fisheye only right there. Usually these are laden with fisheyes throughout the black background. This is a really nice card with considering the centering. Michael, your thoughts?
Yeah, like you said, the thing that I always look for on these is the quality of the surface with the fisheyes, with the snow, with the print defects. You really want a nice, clear, crisp image of Russell. Centering, I mean, when you find a centered one of these, there's going to be 1,800 other collectors fighting you for it. So take what you get. And this is a really nice eye appeal copy, given the grade and given the specifics of the issue.
2 snipers on scene. They're there to get each other's back. 43.50, 1 second to go. No further bids. The snipers decided to lay off, and that card sells for $4,350. A very nice copy. All right, guys. Jaylen Herz 2020 National Treasures RPA. This is numbered 68 of 99. That is Jaromir Jagr's jersey number, everybody, who had his Penguins jersey retired last night in Pittsburgh. I couldn't help myself, everybody. BGS9. Let's look at the subs. All right, we have a True Mint Plus, 3 subs or 9, surface, corners, and edges, but centering comes out at a 9.5. The autograph is graded by Beckett to be a 10. We have a really nice 4-color patch with 3 layers of stitching. Autograph is very, very strong. It almost looks like he puts a hashtag in the middle and then 2. It's like he's playing X's and O's, but doesn't know where to put the O's. The O's on the far sides are too big for the tic-tac-toe board. In any event, that's what I see there, Michael. $5,800. How does that rank for this card in this grade as of recent comps?
Yeah, we definitely have room to go. The last comp was 11,000 on this, but that was before they got knocked out of the playoffs in, frankly, pretty unceremonious fashion. And given the fact that Sirianni is a little on the hot seat and they're losing Jason Kelsey, people aren't exactly hot on the Eagles. And given how recent a player he is, season to season considerations, as you know, are so big in that market. That said, the tangibles of the card are great. Really nice 4-color patch, great auto. BGS 9, pretty solid here, 26 on the pop with only 12 higher. I think we get to 8,000 on this. I'd say so.
Well, the Tua did 92.11. Tom Newman was wondering if it would sell for more of this one. We're at 6,000, 4 seconds to go. Will it come close to Tua? There's 73.88 with fun second. 7,379.88. That thing jumps right the last moment. These snipers are on fire tonight. Jeff McMahon, welcome to the show. What's going on, pal? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right, there you go. Jaylen Herz, NTRPA, 7,988. And next up, this guy right here, you guys, if you aren't following hockey right now, this guy has 7 goals in his last 3 games. He's at 49 goals. He's on pace for over 70. We haven't seen a 70-goal score in, I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong, 31 years. Austin Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He is from Scottsdale, Arizona originally. This is his 2016-17 Upper Deck Young Gun Clear Cut BGS 10. 3 subgrades are 10, centering 9.5. And let's face it, that is so subjective. This may as well be a black label. And I won't say that about any other subgrade except centering, because this card looks perfectly centered to me. But anyway, it is what it is. It's still a pristine 10 by Beckett. 5,600. We have 30 bids. You can tell I'm excited about this card because I'm excited about Austin Matthews, and I'm excited to see a potential 70-goal season. I don't know how he doesn't get there. Michael, what are your thoughts on this guy in this card?
I mean, like you said, you chase a record like that. It's just amazing. And you love to watch, no matter what team you root for an individual performance like that. This is a pop 2 in BGS 10, and there are actually only 11 PSA 10s. So, I mean, this is crazy. The last time this card sold was in 2017. So it's been a while. So this should be a pretty good sale. And when it sold in 2017, $1,700.
All right, we have a sniper. Now, the sniper's aim is a little bit off, and he's going to fix it. There, he's got it fixed right there. 3 seconds left. Is he going to pull the trigger off of 5,600? He does not. He was out to protect his bid, and he takes it down for $5,600 on 30 bids. All right. Oh, here's a classic, if I've ever seen a classic before. The 1965 Topps Joe Namath SGC 7. This is his rookie card, and this is a beauty from what we can see. Slightly off center to the left, but find me one of these with perfect centering, and I will be very surprised. I've looked at a lot of these, and in any event, this is a beautiful, beautiful copy. I mean, the bottom right corner might have a little bit of issue, but that's about it. Amazing corners, amazing edges. The color is popping. The registration appears to be absolutely perfect. I'm not sure what this little spot is right here between the chin. That might be a little bit of a print defect, Michael. I'm not sure, but we are sitting at $5,700. This card to me is as good as any PSA 7 you're going to see. What are your thoughts on it, Michael?
I love this card. I love this copy. We had this copy on fixed price for a little bit before the owner decided that they wanted to put in the monthly showcase. We give you options with consignment. So this card is awesome. It's a pop 57 with 53 higher at SGC. I mean, the pop really tails off as you get higher on these. They're so tough to grade with that tall boy format, and registration is really tough. It's gorgeous. It's one of the best images, not just of Namath. It's by far the best image of Namath on a card. It's one of the best images in cards ever. Like, this is just pure Americana, quarterback as the hero of the day. I love it. It's so cool. Should get closer to 8K in my opinion. So hopefully we see a sniper.
Let's see what happens here. 9 seconds left. 9 seconds to go. Snipers on scene. 5,900, 6,300. They pull the trigger once, not once, but twice, and they take it home for $6,300. Beautiful card. The Merchant of Cool wants to know, is there a modern equivalent to Joe Namath? I would have said Joe Montana, not that he's modern anymore, but you go from Broadway Joe to Joe Cool to who's next? Joe Burrow? Is he the next the next big Joe? I don't know, but amazing card. Amazing card. And that's a Mount Rushmore football card right there, everybody. All right, guys. James Harden, 2017 Flawless Championship Tag Patch Auto, PSA 9, autograph grades out of 10, 2 copies produced only. And this is numbered 1 of 2. There's the serial number right there under the basketball. Full body shot of the beard right there. Michael, we've got now what is this 2 patch from? I see jersey underneath. I see a beautiful autograph that's like perfect, grades out of 10. Tell us what this is. I've been told before. I don't remember though. Please fill us in.
So a couple of years ago, the NBA implemented this on all the jerseys. On the back of them, so on the back neckline, every team will have that championship tag patch. So it counts how many championships they have as they start the season. So obviously it's this big thing to, one, remember, hey, this is the franchise you play for. But a lot of players have said that it's motivating because they want to get the next number up there. So they're really cool. The cards are typically numbered to whatever the amount of championships are, or out of 2. This card is going crazy. Joel Embiid did 3,700. We looked at the bids on this. It's the same 3 guys who've just been going at it all week long. So this card has far exceeded our expectations. It's awesome, and who knows what those 3 guys are going to settle on.
8,069 to 8,300 with 3 seconds to go. Will we see a final bid? 8,600 now. 89 gets under the wire. $8,900, 52 bids on the Harden out of 2. Very, very crazy. The Merchant says the price surprises me. Well, hey, that's the beauty of this hobby, right? Anything can happen on any given day. And right now, on this given day, at 9:58 p.m. Eastern, we have a Kyrie Irving 2012 Panini Prism Gold Rookie out of 10, numbered 6 of 10. This is the original Prism. This is the original Prism Gold, you guys. It's a BGS 85. Who cares about the grade? Only 10 people can own this card. And I would have to think, Michael, that there are people out there who want to have all the key cards from this 2012 Prism set Gold. Like, this is a monumentally important set. And the Kyrie is, among the most important cards from it. Only 10 of these out there, Michael. $5,101, 72 bids. What do you expect from this, and what else can you tell us?
It's kind of a tough card to call, given that the last comp was a black label. So it's like, all right, how does a BGS 85 relate to a black label, even on a gold Prism out of 10? Personally, I kind of gut feeling think it's about $7,200, like complete gut feeling, shot in the wind. But there are guys who are diehard on building out this set, on building out just the rookies of the set, the Hall of Famers in the set. So if somebody really needs this card, I mean, they're going to get the elbows out. I love it. I think it's one of the better images in the set. And frankly, 2012 Prism, one of the least talked about aspects of it is how great the photography is. Like, every single player has a pretty strong image, but Kyrie definitely has one of the better ones. Really cool. He's had off-court issues, but he continues to play at a really high level. So we'll see where it goes here.
$5,201 with 5 seconds. Oh, there's a big jump to $8,300 to $9,766. Michael, I got to say, I'm not surprised. I felt it coming. These are monumentally important cards in the basketball hobby, like right up there, just right up there at the top. Very cool. All right. This is an amazing. I love this LeBron rookie. This is the 2002-3 Finest XRC rookie refractor, numbered out of 250, only 250 copies. It's a BGS 9.5. Centering comes in at 10, edges and surface 9.5, and corners are a 9. I'm going to look at them just to see if I see why, and I certainly do not see why they're only a 9. Card is awesome. I love that white suit. We're at $4,850 on 49 bids and a minute 17 left to go. Michael, tell us a bit about it, because it's a phenomenal card. And what does the XRC label do to this card?
Yeah, so the real person to ask is, of course, your other show partner, Adam Gray, who is a huge fan of this card. He will wax poetic about this card for as long as possible. This is kind of technically LeBron's first card. It was this card was released as a redemption, so the number 1 pick in the draft would get this card in the finest set. So everybody knew it was going to be LeBron. Really cool card. Refractor on this is a gorgeous, gorgeous shine. Like you said, it's such an iconic image of LeBron. I mean, the draft suit, the number 1, it's just burned into our brain from highlight reels now. And given the fact that it is kind of technically his first card in his XRC, it does do pretty well. And it is considered one of like those absolute must-have LeBron cards.
It's a Pop 75 in BGS 9.5. A 22 PSA 10s exist. Last comp $5,600 last month. $4,850 on this card right now. 2 seconds to go. There it goes to $5,509 and $6,638. Gets in there right under the wire. Michael, did you see that?
That is a very nice result. Like you said, I mean, last comp was $5,600. LeBron's playing well, but I mean, $1,000 jump.
Strong subs, and I think that the corner grade was a little harsh. Maybe that is why. All right, guys. Oh, what a fine looking Michael Jordan 1997-98 Top Stadium Club Triumvirate Illuminator Refractor. Say that 10 times fast. BGS 9.5. And now these cards are, look at the die cut on this, you guys. I don't know if you can see. Here's a better image of the die cut. So intricate, all sorts of angles. Look at that piece right there sticking out. This is a tough card to find in good condition. The fact that these aren't bent, all these little nubs aren't bent out of shape. What an amazing card. $6,100. The subgrades are 10 centering, 9.5 corners and edges, 9 surface. I mean, Michael, 64 bids, 6,100. And I'm talking to Michael Hathaway, not Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan, you too. Fine card. Great view of him right there. Look at that. He's celebrating with that pissed off look of his right there. Michael Hathaway, tell us about this card.
So cool. I mean, this has to go down as one of the most intricate, crazy die cuts that Topps have ever produced. It has to. Pop 24 in 9.5, 11 higher across BGS 10s, PSA 10s. Last comp was 5,700. So we're already well above the comp. But I mean, this is a rare card. And if you're a Jordan's collector, these were really tough to pull, plus insanely hard to grade. This is a key card to chase.
There's a bid to 6,300, 6 seconds to go, $6,300. Final 3 seconds right now. Will we see another bid? We will not see another bid. $6,300. Amazing pickup. And I think that's a bit of a steal of a deal right there. I'd be very happy with that if I was the buyer. I don't know the comps too well, but I like that card at that price. All right, guys. 2018 Flawless Rookie Signature Auto Platinum 1 of 1. Josh Allen. It's a PSA 9. It's a beautiful card. Look at that hollow foil. The 101 stamp right down there, scripted out in silver. Gorgeous on-card auto. I love Flawless, Michael. PSA 9, the card's condition is we're at $8,817 now. We just got a bid, the 55th bid so far. Michael, I'm going to give you more time this card than last card to speak about it, please.
I love this card. I think it's really gorgeous. I mean, the way that the hollow foil frames Allen's face is awesome. And we've talked about this several times, and you share my love for the hollow foil on Flawless Platinum 101s. It's something different. I don't know what they do that, but it just shines and catches the light. Looks incredible. This is a really cool card. I mean, true 1-1 rookie auto out of a really high tier product and a very strong number already. So the diamond 1-1 auto that has the diamond embedded in it did 9,700 for BGS 9.5 back in September. So, I mean, to get that close with a non-diamond is pretty big, but Allen has a diehard fan base, and the Bills, year in, year out, they get pretty close. So hopefully we see this crack 8,500, 9,000. We're right there. So
we're getting close. We got 14 seconds. We're at $8,817. Wiz Collectible says Jordan's face on the last card resembles Jeremy's when a big last second bid comes in. I'll take that comparison. Wiz, thank you for being here. There we go. We cracked not only 9,000, but 10,000 as well. And the Josh Allen 101 sells for $10,099. All right. Here's another Jordan card, you guys. The 2004 SP game used legendary fabrics jersey auto. Only 100 copies were produced. This is numbered 93 of 99. We have an on-card auto right there that does grade out a 10. The card only grades out a 6, but that doesn't offend me at all. And I'm looking at the card on the front. I don't see why that's a 6. Michael, do you know why this is a 6?
I didn't see, same thing to when we were talking about the authentic. I didn't see anything terribly glaring. Obviously, those thick PSA holders with the sleeve at the bottom do make it hard to see exactly what the extent of potentially any corner wear damage could look like. But to my eyes, I didn't see anything overly atrocious. I think it's just a thicker card, and it's death by 1,000 paper cuts, as it were.
It looks great. We're at $5,988 right now on it. We got the nice one-color jersey with the mesh, but that's okay. This is Michael Jordan we're talking about here. You know, beggars can't be choosers kind of thing when it comes to his licensed upper deck autos, mem cards. Legendary Fabrics is a brand that has equity in the hobby. Very, very nice card. $6,655. What are you expecting on this one?
Yeah, honestly, this is pretty good. The last PSA 6 sold for 6,400. I think we'll get closer to like 7,500 on this. Jordan Bulls uniform stuff has gone up, like you said. I mean, to just get a Jordan game used patch from a licensed product is pretty big. And the auto is really nice on this also. A little small, but very nice.
Sniper on the scene. 5 seconds left. $6,855. There's the bid. He pulls the trigger to 74.33. 39, and another bid comes in, 78.74. Sniper pulls the trigger twice, 40 bids. Great pickup for the winner of that card. And that brings us to Sidney Crosby's SP Authentic Future Watch Auto out of 999. That's the amount of copies that were produced. This is numbered 577 of 999 right there. Nice on-card auto right there for everybody to see. This is a PSA 10 copy. And Sidney Crosby, at the age of 38, I believe, has another 30-goal season under his belt already. He's playing very well. He is one of the classiest players of all time. He is a GOAT. He is in the line of hockey GOATs. You start with Gordie Howe, then you go to Bobby Orr, then you go to Wayne Gretzky, then you go to Mario Lemieux, and then you go to Sidney Crosby. It's in that order. And Connor McDavid might be the next one if he can win a cup or two, at least one. I'd rather see him win 2 to get into that echelon with those players I just named. And then after McDavid, maybe Connor Bedard also hits that row and becomes somebody who we can say in the same sentence as those other players. That's a long time out, but Crosby is there. He is there. And this is, one of his, outside of his cup RPA, which is going to go for, close to 6 figures. This is the SP Authentic Future Watch Auto, a very important card for any hockey rookie. Michael, what do you think of this card?
So I really love 2 things. First, I love the fact that Future Watch Autos are so consistently produced and numbered to 999 in terms of like long-term collecting and being able to say, this is a theme that I want to have in my collection. I love that you guys who are primarily hockey collectors have Future Watch Autos to really be such a bedrock. Auto is solid in terms of form. It's faded just a touch, so be aware of that, but still looks excellent and very presentable. like you said, I mean, Crosby's one of those guys where you talk about it just absolutely incredible on the ice, but off the ice, like such an amazing guy. And I really think about, of the guys that you listed, Gordie Howe and Crosby, to me, reminds me of somebody who can be that elder statesman of the game, who even 20, 30 years after he's retired is going to be somebody that players, fans all look to in terms of like, this is why we love hockey, forging the relationships with these incredible athletes. So, and, I think that helps card values. I think that over time that helps a player's card values. So last comp on this is 10-1. Like you said, I mean, he's playing great at a pretty advanced age for hockey. I think that helps it. I think we get pretty darn near close to that comp.
Well, let's see here. We got 10 seconds now. We're at 8,329 bids. Now we're at 8,400, 89.51, 2 seconds to go. Will we see more action? 89.51, 89.51.51 is going to do it on the Crosby Future Watch Auto. All right. Here's a lovely, lovely Steph Curry flawless card. I like the shape of the hollow foil around the jersey here. You got some yellow. You got the stitching. You got the mostly blue patch. Silver scripted 1 of 1 right there across the top. A nice intense picture. He looks a little bit more buff here than I think he actually is. It's almost like they enhanced his musculature right there. Beautiful autograph right there. It's a good image of him. What a great card, Michael. 6,430. Again, let me tell you what this is, though. This is a 21-22 flawless game-worn jersey patch auto platinum. 1 of 1 Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors. Michael, we got 2 minutes. You got time to talk about this card.
I mean, same story here as with the Josh Allen Flawless 101. That platinum hollow foil in Flawless is just absolutely incredible. Let's be honest, right? You see a platinum card from Immaculate, it's not all that distinguishable from a silver or hollow silver, but you see a Flawless platinum. Oh, you can see it from all the way across the show floor. Absolutely gorgeous, frames the patch really well. Nice clean auto from Steph, even in that small signing space. Consistently one of the best signers in all of the hobby. And I think, in terms of Steph's market, more and more, I believe that people are realizing that he is a player who completely changed the game, completely changed the face of the game, how people perceive strategy in basketball, and is really going to be almost like a demarcation point in terms of how you think about the game. And so that drives hype, that drives people wanting to remember him, and that drives ultimately people saying, I want this guy in my collection. I need to have this guy in my collection, because how can you talk about basketball in 2024 without talking about the impact that Steph Curry has had? And then also you factor in the fact that he's won a lot of championships and has scored a lot of points, all things that the hobby loves. So really cool. The only kind of similar comp, a Emerald out of 5 with admittedly a better 3-color patch, did 4,800 last month. So, use that as your guideline and apply whatever multiplier you think is right, and we'll see where it ends.
I mean, talking about Steph Curry, he's one of these guys who changed the game, and not many, you can't say that about many players in any sport where they changed the game. And a 1 of 1 auto with patch, game worn. That's just awesome. We have 13 seconds left, everybody. 38 bids so far on this card. $6,430 as it sits right now. 5 seconds left for that to change, and there it jumps up huge to 9,655, and now 10,100, just under the wire. There's that Michael Jordan look on my face. Let's go, everybody. Steph Curry, $10,100. Congratulations to both sides of that. And that brings us to a very popular insert of Michael Jordan, the 1999 Skybox EX Century Dunk and Go Nuts. This is an acetate card. This is a PSA 10 copy of the card. Here it is against a light background. You can see how pretty this card is. It's got the Duncan Go Nuts font and colors and everything. Only year they ever made them, because Mr. Duncan wasn't too pleased that they did that. So it's the last year they did it. But look at how extended MJ is on this card. From the top of the card, the ball about to go into the hoop, to the bottom, it's like his feet are coming off the bottom of the card. Very popular card amongst collectors. Michael, we're sitting at 50 bids. We've seen that number tonight a few times. 7,550. I used to own a copy of this. I traded it away at the Atlantic City National a couple years ago. Kind of don't know if I don't, I'm not saying I regret it because I love the card I got back for it, which maybe I'll actually have it in the box right next to me. Maybe I'll pull it out and show you guys too if we have some time. But Michael, in the meantime, why don't you sing the praises of this card sitting at $75.50 right now?
Absolutely awesome card. I mean, that full acetate design is super cool. And the typography is great. The colors are great. The hollow foil on the text, both front and back, is awesome. Definitely a really fun card to roll around in the light. And like you said, really one of the best images of Jordan in those inserts. To me, it's one of those cards where the quality of the card matches the hype. There are some Jordan inserts that just don't have great photos, but this has such an incredible action shot of Jordan just positively soaring that you go, yeah, I get it. I understand why this commands the market price that it does. And like you said, in terms of the yellowing, we did put it against the white background. We also have the second picture is actually a video holding the card, and you'll be able to see, the extent of the yellowing on it. It's not that bad. It's not a perfectly clear copy though. So the last sale is $7,700. So to be sitting here with a touch of yellowing is honestly very good. I'd like to hit 8. 8's a nice round number, but I don't know if we'll necessarily get there.
I've seen copies of this that look gold. You almost think that it's a parallel. This one is not that bad, but it's certainly not the clearest I've seen either. A very nice copy nonetheless. Here's what I traded mine away for you guys. An 09 exquisite Michael Jordan game used patch out of 10. I love it, but this card's awesome too. $76.50. 4 seconds left. $79.50 now. $83.61 comes through. Final moments. We crack $8,000. Congratulations on that card to its new owner and to the seller. All right, guys. Here's our second LeBron autographed rookie card of the night. This is the Honor Roll, Upper Deck Honor Roll, jersey autograph gold. LeBron James, 25 copies produced. This is number 11. There's the jersey right there. The auto is gorgeous. Nice red jersey to match the Cleveland Cavaliers. He looks like a baby. Again, younger than Bronny right here. I got to be sure. It's a BGS 6.5. Let's see why. Corners are 9.5. Sorry, centering is a 9.5. Surface is a 9.5. Corners and edges are the culprit. You can see the top right corner does have white showing. Corners come out a 7. Let's look at the bottom. Bottom right corner is perfect. Bottom left corner looks wonderful. Top left, a little bit of white showing. Edges come through to 5.5. That's a pretty heavy penalty on edges, and I'm just not seeing it, you guys. I am not seeing on the front, at least, why those edges are a 5.5, nor am I seeing it on the back. I mean, I'm not saying that they're perfect at all by any means, but I think a 5.5 is an egregious grade on this one for the edges, Michael. That's what I'm seeing. Really cool card. One I haven't seen too often. Maybe it's because there's only 25 copies of this gold parallel, Michael, but we are sitting at $6,188. We have 40 bids so far. We have just over a minute 20 left to go. Michael, what can you tell us?
Yeah, really cool card. Like you said, I mean, the fact that it's a gold parallel is really what drives the price and the rarity of it. And also does contribute to why that edge grade is a little bit rough. I mean, you have multiple rich shades of color there, so any white chipping is going to show up. Pretty clean auto, honestly. Very consistent, very solid. A little bit of his more compressed form of the auto. So a little tough there. Like Tom said, that back corner is a little bit touched. The top edge is a little bit touched. But it's an old school, thicker card. It is what it is. And with a card this rare of a player this stature, sometimes you'll look past those things. But really cool. A PSA 8 did 10K a couple months ago. So, I mean, where we're sitting at right now for BGS 6.5 is frankly pretty solid. But I do imagine that we'll see a little action here at the end. LeBron collectors will definitely try to snipe it out against each other. It'll be exciting to see where it goes.
All right. 2 snipers on the scene, $6,188, 9 seconds to go, 40 bids still. We've been stagnant there since we started talking about it, but we have 3 seconds left. Will we see action? They pull the trigger to 7301.06 on 43 bids. very nice purchase. All right, guys. Oh, wow. Wow. I mean, I think this was, this hit the Adam Gray carousel post today on Instagram. A beautiful card. Beautiful card. This is the 1998-99 Skybox Molten Metal Fusion Michael Jordan BGS 8. There were 250 copies of this card produced. This is number 10. That's pretty cool. There's the serial number right there. 10010 out of 250. I must say, I love the way the serial numbers are printed on these Molten Metal Fusion cards. It is also a laser cut. So all these holes are laser cut through the cardboard to give you a silhouette of Michael Jordan. You can somewhat see it there. It's even easier to see on the back, right? Like, look at that. An amazing card, a very popular card for all player collectors of the 90s, Michael. We have 47 bids. We're 6,551. There is a gold parallel, which is the titanium version, which kind of confuses me because I think of titanium being silver, and gold being gold, but the Skybox Molten Metal Fusion Titanium is the gold version, and that is numbered out of 40. And on those cards, they actually like die cut the serial number into the card itself. In this case, on the Simple Fusion, out of 250 on the back, centering 10, surface 9.5, edges 8, corners 7.5. I mean, this is a card you just have to own a copy of it if it's on your list. Michael, we are still at 6,551, 47 bids, a minute 17 to go. Over to you.
Yeah, I love this card. Also, I gotta say, I can't believe that you just pulled out an exquisite Jordan patch just out of the blue. I mean, the collection that never ends, Jeremy. Come on. Super cool piece here. The image is great. The laser cut is a really fun kind of piece that, in my opinion, if you like collecting 90s cards because you're really intrigued at kind of the ins and outs and minutia of the technical innovation that all the manufacturers were doing in the 90s, this is a great example of a card that does that, right? It's such a cool, unique idea of how can we make a card look fascinating? Laser cutting. Just to be in the room when they're going over that. Definitely one of the most iconic Jordan inserts out there. You know, when people make their top 10, top 25 lists, this is usually right up there. So even though it's not necessarily the lowest numbered, it's in such high demand that really commands that price premium. So there are definitely hundreds of Jordan collectors watching this, hoping to win it tonight, and we'll see who gets it.
6,851. Now we've had a bid come through. We're down to 10 seconds on the Skybox Molten Metal Fusion Michael Jordan, numbered out of 250. It's a beautiful BGS 8. Now it's bid up to 7,587 with a final second to go. One more bid comes in, $7,687. And Joe Perot tells us, who was just at the Burbank show, that a lot of people were swapping out those old BGS white label flips for the now silver. And I'll tell you, I showed you guys a few minutes ago my Michael Jordan card here in a BGS. This is the old white flip. I like it white. I'm not changing it. I wouldn't at all personally pay to change it. I like it as it is, but that's just me. The professor says, is the Molten Metal Fusion a prelude to the Platinum Portraits? I think they were thinking the same thing, but I think that it's not a prelude. It might be the other way around, actually. All right, guys. This is a great card, Michael. It says Grail in the title. That couldn't be more true. This is a great card. 97.98, Topps Finest Embossed Gold Refractor. Only 74 copies. What I love about this card, Michael, is that there's also a Jordan in this set. So you can get the Jordan, which is a Grail. You can get the Kobe, which is a Grail, and have them both together. They're both out of 74. What a pairing that would be for anybody who is fortunate enough to own the pair of cards. It's a BGS 9.5. The subgrades are on the back. All 9.5s except corners are a 7. There's the back of the card. There's a serial number 56 of 74. Back to the front. What a card, Michael. Embossed refractor. Is there some greening going on? I'll pass it over to you to discuss.
Yep. Yeah. So there's a little bit of greening going on. Obviously, this is one of the issues that does have a little bit of greening as part of the degradation phase, but looks awesome. I mean, that gold kind of atomic refractor style is really cool. And this just hits all the marks, right? I mean, you have a die cut, you have embossed, so really cool feature. low serial number, and that atomic refractor, all on top of a pretty fun image of Kobe. And it's BGS 9.5. This is really a grail. This is one of those cards that just instantly led to our inbox getting lit up with people asking, what's the deal? Can you end the auction early? Can I buy the card outright? People go crazy for this card. People go insane for that Jordan version as well. This is definitely, if you are a Kobe collector, this is up there, right? I mean, you talk about kind of that upper echelon of 90s inserts. Like you said, this is one of the biggest and best. And when it comes to that, people get the elbows out, they put the chips in the middle, and they shove in. So can we try crack 10K here? I mean, maybe.
I think we can. There's only 74 copies. Kobe, although his market's come down from the peak, it's still Kobe Bryant. Let's see what happens here. 6 seconds now, $8,100, 4 seconds to go. Will we see action? 1 second now. One bid comes through, 8301. We do not hit 10K, maybe due to the greening, but there we go. An amazing card right there. Only 7, it's one of those, there's only 74. You want to be picky, but some cards you just need to have. Yes, Michael said, Linda's first is actually a gentleman by the name of Michael, but his mother is Linda, and he was her first child. So Michael said, yes, his career high was 81 points, but this card sells for $8,301. Good evening to Jeremy M. Welcome to the show. TJ Cloutier says, why aren't people hitting the like button for Jeremy and MC Mondays Showcase? Well, thank you for that, TJ. I appreciate that very much for sure. The professor says that Adam Gray posted on Instagram about this card being that card right there, being one of the best 90s gold Kobes. And I think Adam nailed it on the head right there. Michael, this card ends in 2 minutes. This is the 2018 Donruss Optic Rated Rookie Blue Prism Auto Luka Doncic, 150 copies produced. It's a PSA 10 pop 3 on card auto. I love this card. We saw one earlier on. What was the one we saw earlier on?
Premium box set out of 10.
Yeah, I'm scrolling, there it goes. We had this one earlier on in the night, sold for $47.61 BJ, but that was the sticker auto. This is the on-card auto, $9,900, Michael. The 10-10 on this, please take it away. I know you have something to say.
Yeah, this card is awesome. I love this. In terms of whether or not to go with the more popular brand that has more equity in Prism or Optic for this year, I don't think there's any question. The image is so much better. The pose is great. It's
Michael,
49. Yeah,
we have to jump in because thankfully Wiz Collectibles said the card is actually out of 49, which he is correct. The title says out of 150, guys. This card is actually out of 49, so it's even more enticing than you might have thought. Let's keep that in mind right now. Michael, back to you with 45 seconds to go.
Yeah, awesome color match there. Just a really great image in terms of that smoky background. A really clean auto laid down. We've got a Lulu auto, looks really nice, very consistent, no streaking, no lifting. Guess the 10 auto grade. When you think about kind of building out that really robust Luka collection, this has to be in that lineup.
It's amazing. 18 seconds now. I do love the color match, like you said. Great autograph. The 10-10 from PSA is very exclusive. Here we go. 9,900, 6 seconds left, 53 bids. Will bid 54 come in the next 2 seconds? Here we go. Final call. Looks like no further bids. It's going to settle in at $9,900 on 54 bids. Beautiful card. Congratulations to the new owner of that one. Here we go. Here we go. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Who else can say his name the way I can? Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is his 2013-14 Immaculate RPA out of 99. Look at that patch, though, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breaks. Stitching coming off this thing. Autograph is right there. Beautiful autograph. Grades out a BGS 9.5. All 9.5 subs with edges a 9. 21 of 99. That is 13 off his jersey number. That means nothing. I didn't even need to say that. Just trying to be funny, guys. Give me a laugh out there, please. Beckett, 10 autograph on the auto. Michael, we're at 49 bids, $9,600. Tell us a bit about the comps on this because we're well into the season now. How is this card performing tonight? What are you expecting?
Yeah, so the last BGS 9.5 sale was pretty early on. August 2023 did 18K. A BGS 9 did 6,700 in December, kind of later on. This is honestly probably going to do closer to like 13, 14K, in my opinion, as like a nice baseline. His market has come down a little bit. The Bucks haven't done as great as you would think with that Damian Lillard trade. But frankly, getting to 18K is totally possible given the fact that we have a crazy 4-color patch. Just an absolutely ridiculous patch. Really great card. You talk about a card that, in my opinion, looks better than the NT, has the same numbering, typically has very good patches, smaller patches than the NT, but typically very strong patches, and is available, right? Let's say this goes for the high end of that comp range and we get to 18K. NT, the floor for 9.5 NT is still like $45,000. I mean, go ahead, save 20 grand, 30 grand, and buy a bunch more Giannis. Get the Immaculate, which frankly looks like a better card.
It is.
Going against the grain can sometimes be good. Now, Giannis also is like kind of the face of the league right now. Definitely one of the greatest players of his generation. So maybe, that can outpace a little bit of a slow season. Had a good day in the All-Star game. So we'll kind of see where it goes. I think we're definitely going past 10K. We're going past 12K.
All right.
Go after that, I think is definitely who's bidding right now. How do they feel about Giannis?
I look forward to seeing how this one ends in the final 5 seconds. I have to say that I couldn't agree more in terms of my personal preference for Immaculate over NT. I'm just like, I like some NT cards, but Immaculate and Flawless, I just enjoy those cards more. 5 seconds left. There's a bid to almost $12,000. 12-1 now. Final second, 13,556 comes through on bid number 57. This card almost doubles in the final 5 seconds. What a card. BGS 9.5. All right, guys. Here's a big card. Adam Gray gave a really nice lesson on what this card what the set was. Babe Ruth, why Babe Ruth is signing with presidents. Really cool reel on the Real 27 guys Instagram account. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Even after this auction ends, go watch that. Adam's reels, Michael, I don't know if you watch them all. I watched probably 90% of them. He's doing them for MC Sports Cards and other entities out there, but they are so informative and educational. Like, talk about, I always tell him, you're just the best at reels because you are brought in by he is a great storyteller. Anyway, you want to learn about why Babe Ruth was signing cards, why Topps made a card with Babe Ruth and presidents. Go watch that reel on the Real 27 guys Instagram post. Anyway, this is a Babe Ruth, Warren Harding, 2010 triple threads cut above signature auto with pieces of bat. It's a 1-of-1 cut autos. I mean, that Babe Ruth auto looks very nice. It's in pencil, it looks like. Still all there. Topps triple threads makes beautiful, beautiful cards. There's the Harding auto right there as well. Presidential stuff is huge, Michael. We're at $11,501. 49 bids, a minute 20 left. Please take it away.
Yeah, I love this card. It's super cool. It's very unique. Obviously, when are you going to get a presidential cut auto slipped in with an active player? Basically never. The pairing is very unique. Like you said, Adam did a fantastic job breaking down why the pairing made sense from a historical standpoint. In my opinion, that adds a lot to it. Obviously, Yankees fans want a Garrett Ruth cut, a DiMaggio Ruth cut, but it is kind of fun to remember Ruth not just as a player, but it's kind of like that titan of Americana and history that he was. So this pairing is very intriguing. And it's a pretty solid auto. I mean, it's a very good auto from Ruth. It's pencil auto, like you said, so a little bit on the lighter side, but very consistent, very clean, very reminiscent of his style. Definitely not secretarial. Super cool piece. And listen, the reality is that there's going to be a couple collectors who have some of those other Ruth pairings when it comes to duels. Who else is going to have a Ruth Warren Harding? That's a great part about Ruth. There's rarities and oddities. You can always chase something new. And this is just so cool.
$13,100, 8 seconds left, 13-2 now. We had a question what the Harding mem was. Looking at the back, it seems to be some sort of uniform. Final second, 13-2 on 55 bids. It's going to do it on the Babe Ruth, Warren Harding, triple threads, dual cut auto mem card. All right, guys. These are very cool. Only 4 of these made. Wow. All right, guys. This is a 2001-2 Upper Deck Ultimate Buyback Final Floor autograph, numbered 1 of 4. Final Floor, 1 of 4. BGS 8 with autograph authentication by Beckett Authentication Services. And if you look right here, 99-00 Upper Deck Michael Jordan's Final Floor. So there's a piece of the floor from his final game right there on June 14th, 98. So this must be Final Floor before he played for the Wizards is what I'm thinking here. So that kind of maybe didn't hold true forever because they didn't know he was going to come back and play. But nonetheless, at the time, it was his Final Floor. And even if it's his final Bulls floor, I think that's still pretty significant. Michael, we're at $6,969, 58 bids, just under 2 minutes left. That autograph is beautiful. It's holding up very nicely. It grades out a 10. Do you have any comp info on a card like this that there's only 4 made?
Yeah, so this is probably one of the better known Jordan inserts, the Final Floor itself. Like you said, this contains pieces of that finals game that Jordan played in that against the Jazz that was at the time going to be his last game. So this was purchased by Upper Deck. They then chopped it up into hundreds of thousands of pieces and distributed it across basically every single product that they released in the 1999-2000 year. So you could pull this from a variety of products, and there were a couple different poses and photos. So very cool on its own. Then they bought them back and put it into Ultimate Collection for a couple different years and a couple different products as well. So while there's only 1 of 4 of this one, there are a couple other Final Floor buyback autos from early 2000 Upper Deck products. So one of those did sell for $7,900 in January in a PSA 6. Obviously, also important to remember that the Final Floor does have a pack pulled auto version that was numbered at 23. That is a monumental, massive card. Don't confuse the two. But this is the next best thing. And frankly, it's awesome. And I love the fact that both products are really strong. 99 Upper Deck, great product. And 01 Ultimate Collection is a really cool, kind of pioneering high-end product. We also do have the original buyback certification. We do have the scan of that. So just nice in terms of when you're buying a buyback Jordan auto, having that extra level of guarantee is really nice to have. So I think this crosses the 8K mark. It's super cool. I love it.
Yeah, the buyback aspect of it. I didn't even notice that at first. I'm glad you mentioned it. Oh, and it's over. It ended. $7,423 on 61 bids. All right, guys, 3 cards left, and we're going to start with the, this is a big card too, the retro incredible Wilt Chamberlain autograph, BGS 9.5 auto 10 from 1999 Upper Deck retro. Popular card. I know a lot of guys, because there aren't a lot of Wilt Chamberlain on-card autos that exist in the hobby. And that right there makes this card very special. I know Adam could tell us, among others, exactly how many Wilt Chamberlain licensed autos there are, like pack pulled. 2 different cards. How many total copies, though? Like
that, I know, yeah, that would be an Adam question.
Yeah. It's an unbelievable card, highly desirable. Look at the image of him. What a stud he was. $10,301 already right now, guys. 60 bids, 2 minutes left. Couple comments on this one here. Zach Swisher says, this is a grail for me. Will likely be the last card for my NBA 75th collection. Yeah, it's a big one. I got to say, like, when I'm doing a project like that, Zach and everybody, I often go for the biggest cards first because I'm afraid that they're just going to go up and up in value. But, you know, obviously the market goes up and down, up and down, up and down over time. Why not grab this one? And I'm not saying grab it tonight, Zach, but why the last one? Why not grab one earlier? And I'm just curious. It could be financially, there could be financial restrictions, who knows? But I'm curious. Why would it be the last one, considering there's one available tonight even? The professor says, Adam Gray posted on Instagram about the Wilt auto. Do I have one of the original 475 pack pulled Wilt autos? He has one. Yes, he is proud of it. This one is a gem. and so is the auto. Michael, 10-301, your thoughts on where we could see this one go and the importance of the card.
Yeah. So, I mean, like we said, only 2 different Will on-card autos released. He died pretty soon after this card was released. Upper Deck Century Legends, also product from the same year. And like Professor mentioned, Adam did call it out, 475 total copies. Considering his stature in the game, that's a very, very, very scarce number of copies compared to how many people need one in their collection. Last sale was 10.2 for a very faded auto. The one before that had a good auto was 14.4K. I think we get closer to that. This is a very lovely copy. BGS 9.5 with a very well-formed auto that has retained a lot of color and boldness. This is, I mean, Zach said it. If you're building out NBA 75, if you're building out Hall of Famers, you need this card.
Sniper is on the scene. He is crouched down and he is going to pull the trigger. He pulls it to 10-401, 1087. He pulls the trigger twice. This card sells for $10,877 tonight. All right, guys, second last card of the night. Let's get a little preview of the final card even. Oh, there's the final card, over $25,000 for the Brady. But Shohei Otani, we're going to deal with him first here. 2018 Bowman Chrome Rookie Blue Refractor Auto, numbered 83 of 150 copies produced. It is a PSA 10. Serial number is right down here at the bottom. The autograph looks a little streaky to me, Michael. I'll ask for your comment on that. I usually love to say how well the autos lay down on these Topps Chrome cards and Bowman Chromes. Still a nice looking auto nonetheless. It's a PSA 10 on the card. Michael, we're at $18,745. 59 bids. This is a pitching card. 2 minutes left. What can you tell us about this bad boy?
Yeah, so I love this. So it's Pop 22 and PSA 10. There are 2 BGS 10 pristines. The last comp was 21.3K for a PSA 10 with an off auto. Like you said, this auto does have a little bit of lift in streak at the top of the S and towards the last tail. His autos were actually kind of inconsistent on his 2018 Chrome. Really, the only thing that stops people from going full in on just dumping disgusting amounts of money on them, because they do have that as a consistent issue. But when you look at it in the context of those, this is on the better side, honestly. But this card is awesome. I love this. In my opinion, I think, listen, Otani's probably the greatest athlete that most of us will ever see play in our lifetime when you compare him against the field. I mean, come at me with Jordan, come at me with Tom Brady. None of them played both sides of the ball, right? To the same extent that Otani does. Being with the Dodgers, I mean, World Series favorite the past few years, World Series favorite again this year, and the ability to really just make even more of an impact. Talk about just a legendary athlete that you want to collect, that you want to remember.
Yeah,
it's Otani, and
it's
great.
It's a
really dynamic action shot.
It's a great action shot. A bid came in. We're up to 19-1. You were saying, you can compare him to all the greats in history. I've heard comparisons of him to Babe Ruth, which blows my mind, because Babe Ruth transcends sport. He transcends culture almost. Like Babe Ruth is mystic. He's what's the word I'm looking for? He's just above everything, like it's Babe freaking Ruth. You don't have to know what sports are to know about Babe Ruth. Shohei, I've heard comparisons to him there. It took me so long to get that out. We only have 5 seconds left. We're at 19,988. Now we're at 20,107, 21,250. That's going to do it. 21,250 on 67 bids. But Michael, you heard what I was getting at. When you can have comparisons of anybody to Babe Ruth, you have not a generational player, but a centurial player. I made up that word, centurial. A centurial player here in Shohei Otani. Final thoughts before we go on to the final Brady card.
I mean, listen, Babe Ruth pitched and then he hit. Otani pitches and hits at the same time. I don't want to say it because you'll get destroyed online, but that to me is a little bit of a better resume.
Yeah. And I've heard it. Okay. Here's the last card of the night, guys. Feast your eyes on this absolutely beautiful Mark Bulger card. He's on the back, but he's on the front, but it all comes down to this part of the card right here. which is actually the back of the card, but Beckett had the fortitude to put it on the front, which is well-deserved, number 53 of 60. This is the 2000 Contenders Round Numbers Gold Rookie Auto. Only 60 copies produced. That is less than the championship ticket, everybody. Less than the champ ticket out of 100. Sells for way less. Beautiful card. Nice and shiny. BGS 9. Amazing card. $25,601 right now. 85 bids. Minute and a half left. Michael, talk about this amazing piece.
Huge card. Massive card. This is probably one of the greatest Brady grails out there, behind really just the champ ticket. It's absolutely gorgeous. Actually, having it this way in the holder is pretty big. Both grading companies, PSA and BGS, have gone back and forth about whether or not they will holder the card with Brady on the front of the flip. I've heard some stories about people really fighting to try to get their card flipped. So this might be one of your few chances. This card is awesome. It is lower numbered than the champ ticket. It is gold. It has a beautiful, beautiful shine. Brady is in a Pats game uniform, which he is in basically none of his rookie autos besides this and the rookie ticket auto and the champ ticket. This is a BGS 9, which is an even harder grade to get than on the champ ticket, given the fact that it's die cut, has a much more sensitive surface. A BGS 9 champ ticket is going to run you 800 grand, right? I mean, this BGS 9 gold, you're going to be able to get for probably 28 to 30K today. Buy this, buy a rare card, buy a lot more Brady. That's what I would say. And I love it. The gold, it absolutely kills in person.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing card. Sniper on the scene. He's lined up now. 10 seconds left. 25,601. You don't see these come up. There's a bid to 26,095. 31,655. Comes in the final moments. The card cracks 30K. And, I just have to say that the champ ticket seems to come up a lot. This just doesn't. I like the comment here. The Merchant of Cool says, Bulger is weighing it down. That might be true. That might be true. Fact of the matter is, this is a Brady rookie auto out of 60. A beautiful, beautiful card. Unbelievable. 31,655 on 87 bids. Sidney Crosby's jersey number, just for fun. Michael, what an auction. Tons of action tonight. Wow. Anything, kind of like summary, final thoughts. I just feel like we saw so much good stuff here tonight.
Very, very nice 31K sale to close it out, right? Yeah, a lot of awesome cards. What I love is we spanned so many eras of the hobby, all the different sports of the hobby. We hit football, basketball, hockey, baseball, just everything. We hit vintage, modern, pre-war, ultra modern, golds, short prints, 101s, hit everything. And it was all great cards. Numbers overall were pretty good. Some of the Jordan numbers were actually quite high, which was very nice to see. A couple things a little weaker than you might have thought. But listen, that's the market, that's the card. And especially when you get into, and you know this from doing the premiere show, when you get into these really rare cards that have far more limited comp information, you're going to take some swings and misses. You're going to have some things fall a little bit flat. But that's the fun of it, right? Seeing the market in action, seeing the hobby in action.
Thank you, Tom Newman. Appreciate that. Junk Wax Packs, great show. Love the format. Hope to see more 5K plus auctions going forward. I think we will definitely be doing that next month and hopefully for several months thereafter. Craig's Cards says, great show, great cards. Thank you, Craig's Cards. We appreciate it. T. Jones says the the market money is crazy. Well, where were you 2 years ago, though, T. I know you were watching. 2 years ago, it was crazier. So, yeah, still, that just says how crazy it was back then, considering it's still really strong right now. Michael, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Decoy Cards says, they were all out of my price range, but great items and lots of knowledge shared. Thank you. Thank you, Decoy, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Zach Swisher earlier on said about why he's going to save the Wilt for the end. Definitely financial restrictions. Also, I don't think I would have the fortitude to save for a few years in order to afford it. Currently, would have to sell or trade 63 other autos equal to this. Good reason why. Good reason why. I thank you for filling us in. Goes on to say it's more about the long journey than rushing to complete. I'm with you 100% on that. Zach, 100% on that. I love the long journey and I get sad when it's over, but I will wait for the lower end cards if I can. And of course, considering financial restrictions. The professor says, great show and discussion. Never consigned before, but sent MC an email about 4 $1,000 non-hockey cards. If we work out an agreement, may need to ask to list when there is a Sports Cards Live MC Monday Sports Live. Well, if you do that, Professor, you let me know and we will do a show for your cards for sure. No problem there. Contenders has amazing Brady rookie. Yes, Robert Scott, loved the variety tonight. Great show. Thank you, Robert Scott. Definitely appreciate that. Guys, this was really fun. Our first MC Mondays show, showcase version, 5K plus items. Only a few didn't quite get there, but that's okay. I'm not going to hold that against anybody. That is what the market is. These things we can't predict where they're going to end, although our crystal ball does a great job. That's him right there. The crystal ball does a great job of doing that. Michael, thank you for joining me tonight. I must say, I enjoy the longer time between where you can get all your thoughts out and I can get some of mine out as well. This was a great format. I look forward to doing it again next month. So thank you to you. Tom Newman says, will the regular MC Monday still be a thing? The auction wise, it will be. But the plan is not to do the live streams every Monday anymore, only for the showcase. But I have a feeling we'll be doing the odd MC Monday live on a non-showcase night anyway, because how am I going to hold back doing that? I love doing these shows. So how am I going to not do them, right? We'll do a few. I'm sure we'll do some extras along the way, you guys. Michael, I want to just finally point out the email to send to MC Sports Cards is below. You can reach them on Instagram. And of course, if you bought on eBay, you have their email. Just send them an email any way you can. Michael, final thoughts, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, awesome first monthly showcase auction. I mean, you talk about a proof of concept, selling a couple cards for $10,000 to $20,000 is up there, right? And a really great variety, like Rob said. And like you said, if you're interested in consigning cards to us, either for the MC Monday 1K plus auction, the monthly showcase 5K plus auction, or if you just have a bunch of cards in that $20 to $200 to $500 range, we will take them. We will help you maximize the value of that collection, get them processed quickly, efficiently, sell for hopefully top dollar, and give you a good experience all along the way. Like you said, Jeremy, you can reach us by email, info@mcsportscards.com, Instagram, consign_with_MC, or reach out through eBay messages. And we were just at Burbank, picked up some good cards there, and we'll be at a couple other shows. Not sure when the next show will be at. Will be Fenway, should be rolling around in about 2 months here, local to Boston. So yeah, we'll be around. We generally post when we are going to go to a show. We generally make it pretty well known that we're going to be there. So yeah, we'll give people the options to get their cards to us, and then we'll get them listed and try to maximize that value. And hopefully you and I will get to talk about some of them.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining. This was a fun one. I'm looking forward to the next one. So we're going to end this. Have a holiday Monday. Happy holiday Monday to everybody, and have a great week ahead. Back to work tomorrow for most people. So enjoy the rest of the week. Go into it with a good attitude, and we will see you again here soon on the Sports Cards Live YouTube channel and on the MC Mondays Showcase. And with that, this episode of MC Mondays Live Showcase version is over. Good night, everybody.